ThoughtBox, we are a FinTech engineering company providing solutions to financial institutions in terms of fraud solution, anti-money laundering solution, and digital offerings. And as an engineering company, we had a crucial decision in 2015 to move our entire suite of products into microservices design and to bring up the most resilient database or data storage or performing application where the best RTO rates are quite important, considering the mission criticality of the segment. We work in the cross-border payment industry mostly and the foreign exchange. This is the core segment we work with. So downtime for the solution is not an option at all. And when this mobile offerings came up, the self-service come up for the customers, the domain has to work with a seamless, with the zero downtime, operational flexibility for the end users as well as for our customers. Those are the financial institutions. Our journey starts with database solutions or database engines like Microsoft SQL Server, further moved into MySQL, then later on moved into Postgres. And the lengthiest period we worked with a database, our legaciest database was Postgres. And our search for a true distributed database engine started in that time, and we were having or exploring a couple of options. The first option was Google Spanner, which was definitely a promising database, but the limitation was it is not available to install on-prem or on-premise. So we had to keep it away. And we were trying with a couple of other database engines and finally ended up choosing or selecting YugabyteDB as our core database or data storage for our application. The mission criticality, as I mentioned, for our domain, the problems we were facing typically in the old days because of the legacious database engines, even the cloud computing, everything came up in the picture, but the database systems still remain at that point in time as with a set restriction of vertical scale only. There is no horizontal possibilities, even though there are a couple of plugins and other things here. But we were not happy with that one. We will keep on searching for a true database which comes up with the distributed nature by design. And YugabyteDB impressed us with its architectural advantage as well as the true resilience it can offer to our application as overall. The decision factors while moving from Postgres, the last legacies or traditional database we were using, traditional RDBMS system, from Postgres to Yugabyte was crucial. It was not a casual choice at all. We had a long journey trying, testing out, and we had to consider many aspects of this decision come for finalizing YugabyteDB. The first thing was, critical component was its, or let's say the most impressive component for us as an engineering company was its seamless compatibility with PostgreSQL. We were using it in the past for long, the Postgres. So that compatibility gave us a lot of flexibility and very less time to move from Postgres into YugabyteDB. And our engineering team had a very minimum effort to move the systems into Yugabyte. And the low latency performance, as well as I mentioned, we tried with another database engine as well, which comes in the distributed scale. The low latency as well as the seamless operational flexibility, all these things Yugabyte offers was promising to us. And we tried with their enterprise edition, open source edition. It was our vision to introduce our solution as a zero downtime, zero data loss solution to the market. And we've done it last year as a solution offering to the market with the support of YugabyteDB as a database engine. And we had a great opportunity to work with YugabyteDB tech team, starting from the remodeling and the schema design, etc., while moving the entire stack of application, or let's say all the microservices into YugabyteDB, and the support and the co-work and the total engagement was a seamless one. We could truly appreciate the team, the support, everything we received from the YugabyteDB tech team while making this journey as a greatly successful one. And while considering the database in our use case, in a true production scenarios, what happened is, and what is the outcome we got as a benefit of our shift from the traditional ones to YugabyteDB as a distributed database engine was first thing, the low latency performance, which is built-in design with Yugabyte, and the low resource utilization, which is a key component, key element we could observe seriously, and the overall performance enhancements, and the beautiful part, the smart driver of Yugabyte, which gives a lot of comfort in avoiding an additional layer of load balancers, etc. When it comes to the application engineering side, and which gives a true load balancing experience and completely, or let's say, as a maximum taking the throughput of the overall database engine in sync with our application layer, which is seamless. And today, let's say, our overall experience with YugabyteDB and the engagement we are having with YugabyteDB is one of the best, and it serves our solution as the core database for the all data-related, data persistent or data storage, their related requirements. And very recently, we had a great deployment, the latest deployment, which is a use case, let's say, in Qatar. The client name is Unimoney Qatar, which is a well-reputed firm. And we had a case study like moving from the same Postgres to this one, to YugabyteDB. With a lot of migrational effort we had everywhere, we got the luxury of YugabyteDB as an enterprise offering, where we used YugabyteDB Voyager for data migration from Postgres into YugabyteDB seamlessly. And as I mentioned, from the starting of the deployment, the planning stage of the project, testing stage of the project, benchmarking, piloting, and finally, we ended up in a very beautiful and highly successful production scenario, and the client is running happily with a great, solution. And this is the first distributed database deployment. We could proudly say today we done as ThoughtBox the first introduction of distributed SQL into Qatar as a country, especially into the financial technology, or let's say FinTech segment, and with our client Unimoney Qatar, and which is truly and amazingly going to be one of the benchmark we set in the market, a true distributed SQL supported, zero downtime, zero data loss, and the best possible BCDR, let's say business continuity, disaster recovery friendly solution we have done in the recent past. The stretch cluster deployment mode and X cluster deployment, these are the two things we typically use with YugabyteDB these days. The stretch cluster is one of the most important, one of the most seamless deployment methodology we practiced with a couple of our deployments. And the X cluster definitely is on the other side. Both of them are satisfying considering the output and the performance, as well as the resilience, as well as, let's say, the comfort and the monitoring, the scale, the manageability, all those things. A lot of overheads which we were facing in the past, in the old days, were completely taken away. We could comfortably and confidently say that, which was completely taken away because of this strategic shift into YugabyteDB. And our engineering team can completely and productively focus on higher valued areas in engineering. We got a great opportunity to introduce the database into our segment in the Middle Eastern region, especially in UAE, in Qatar, as well as a couple of other markets, as a true introduction of this amazing technology, which is the demand of the day or demand of today, to scale the solutions into a seamless, horizontally spreading across regions or zones to give the service offerings, especially when we move from the old days agent-basis transactions into a self-service model where the customers demand 24/7 service with no downtime, frustrating loading times and all this thing. So this is where we contributed as a FinTech committed engineering company to the FinTech domain, introduced to our solution, especially and with the strong capabilities of YugabyteDB as a distributed SQL database. And we could strongly recommend YugabyteDB as a database, whomever is having an experience with legacy systems or legacy databases from Postgres, MySQL or Oracle or any of them. Considering our experience in the past, as I mentioned, the decision was crucial, and the engineering effort we were seeking, a kind of a critical one. But our experience was seamless to move from a traditional one to this one, and the experience what we are having today with YugabyteDB is one of the most promising and a future-proof one. We strongly recommend any engineering company, any software vendors or solution providers in the market to truly try it, seriously try the database at least, and understand the capabilities and consider this as one of the most stunning technology in the database segment we have ever seen. And we wish all the success to YugabyteDB team and the visionaries behind the YugabyteDB as a serious distributed database engine from ThoughtBox. Thank you so much.